Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at Combat Patrol in the Horus Heresy. Well, sort of. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Begin your conquest in the Age of Darkness with the new combat forces. The new edition of Warhammer the Horus Heresy has been on shelves for a month or so now, and the battle is raging across the world as Legion Astartes, Sola Auxilia, and MkII armies clash on tabletops everywhere. If you're looking to join the action or to expand your existing collection, 3 new combat force boxes, which will be coming soon, are the ideal way to get going. Alright, so basically Games Workshop creating some new starter forces like Combat Patrol equivalents for Warhammer the Age of Darkness Horus Heresy. So very cool, we got a new edition of the game, and now we have an approachable way to get into the actual game itself with 3 different forces. One for the Astartes, which could be either Loyalist or Traitor. One for the MkII, which could be either Traditional or Dark MkII. And then one for the Sola Auxilia as well. So very cool. Let's take a look at the first box, the Combat Force, Legion Astartes. Loyalist or Traitor, your Space Marine army is likely built around a core of infantry supported by war engines and vehicles. And that's just what you'll find in the Legion Astartes Combat Force. In this box, you'll find 20 Legionaries in Mark 6 power armor. You can choose to equip all of these as tactical Legionaries with bolters, or outfit 10 of them with missile launchers or heavy bolters to form a heavy support squad. This box includes 2 tactical Marine accessory sprues, giving you the parts of 2 segments, Vexillas, and Vox units, giving you the parts for 2 sergeants, Vexillas, and Vox units to lead your squads into battle. Alright, so here we have 10 of the regular tactical Marines, and then we have 10 of the Marines armed with the missile launchers, and then we also have 1 of the Leviathan Dreadnoughts. And then we have a Rhino as well. So pretty nice box set right here. Definitely some value in this box, depending on what the actual price of the box itself is going to be. But really a nice starting force, balanced. Looks like it's going to be fun. The only thing that jumps out at me right off the bat is that there's no actual character in the box set. One of your squads can be carried in the included Deimos pattern Rhino. This versatile transport is armed with twin-link heavy bolters and comes with an exhaustive array of additional options, including a choice of 9 pintle-mounted weapons, searchlight, dozer blade, hunter-killer missile, towing hooks, and various hatch options with and without Space Marine crew. Long-range support comes in the form of the Leviathan Dreadnought. This mighty war machine can shrug off all the heaviest firepower. This mighty war machine can shrug off all but the heaviest weapon fire, and comes with a choice of 3 arm-mounted weapons to devastate your foes, a cyclic Melta-Lance, Gravflex Bombard, and Storm Cannon. You can add heavy flamers or twin-link Volkite Culverins to the hull, along with the optional Phosphex Discharger. An array of cosmetic options include chest plates, cowls, groin armor plates, and even different feet to let you customize your versatile kit to suit your taste. A Legion Astartes infantry transfer sheet with 293 decals, and 2 Legion Astartes vehicle transfer sheets, each boasting 44 decals, rounding out the set. Okay, so pretty nice box set right here, lots of versatility. I think right off the bat, it jumps out that there's no character. And then also the main difference between actual Combat Patrol and like Spearhead for Sigmar is that not only are you going to have like a fully fieldable force that's everything you need, but it's also like easier to build models. And we know after some experience with the Horus Heresy, this is not the case. So it's going to be a little less like beginner friendly, as the kits themselves are like a little more tedious. But also it's going to provide like the additional options that a lot of the Horus Heresy players prefer. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Alright, and next up we have the MkII Combat Force. The MkII Combat Force leans in on the cyborg and robotic servants of the Tech Priests, providing a force of tough, lumbering automata to march into enemy fire and return it in kind. 6 Thalax from the heart of the Force, these cyborg warriors, each little more than a brain, organs, and nervous system, wired into a hulking mechanical monstrosity, are carried into battle on incunabulum jetpacks, and are armed with lightning guns, which can be supplemented with a choice of phase plasma fusils, photon thrusters, or multi-meltas. This kit contains optional chain bayonets and melta bombs, as well as a plethora of cosmetic options to make your unit your own. Alright, so here we have 6 of the Jumpy Boys with different weapon options. We have 2 of the Thick Boy robots, and then we got 1 of the Super robots. So very, very cool. A pair of Castellix Battle Automata adds some mid-sized punch. Those combat robots stand much taller than a man, and are armed with a pair of claw-like shock chargers. One can have circular power blades, and there's a choice of inbuilt bolters or flamers for either weapon. For shoulder-mounted weapon options, you'll find 2 Mauler bolt cannons, as well as a Darkfire cannon and multi-melta. A selection of arm joints, and the options to have claws open or closed add customizability. Towering over them all is the Thanatar Kavos Siege Automata. The mobile artillery platform is armed with a helix pattern plasma mortar, plus shock charges and wrist-mounted twin Mauler bolt cannons. A host of posing options ensure that your Thanatar will look unique. 4 transfer sheets finish the box, 2 Mechanicum macro construct transfer sheets, each containing 394 decals, and 2 Mechanicum construct sheets with 558 transfers each. So again, no characters, but overall really nice box set, and then obviously the value will depend on the price. Alright, and then last but not least, we have the Sola Auxilia Combat Force. In a war defined by superhuman warriors and terrifying war engines, the humble humans of the Sola Auxilia trust in numbers, las rifles, and the support from their own tanks and walkers. The Sola Auxilia Combat Force includes all of the above, in the form of a las rifle section, tactical command section, Hermes Sentinels, and Leman Russ strike tank. The las rifle section comprises 20 Sola Auxilia arms with las rifles. They can be outfitted with all manner of accessories, including bayonets, grenades, pouches, flasks, charge packs, and an array of options to mark out sergeants, vexillas, and vox operators. Bodies, arms, and legs can be mixed and matched across models to create boundless variety within your squads. The Tactical Command section comprises an Auxilia Captain and 4 Auxilia Companions armed with las rifles. The Captain can replace his wide choice of weapons, and the Companions can be upgraded with a Command Box, Vexilla, and Augury Scanner. The squad can alternatively be built as a Line Command section or a Legat Marshal with 4 Life Wards, which allows for even more customization. Alright, so here we have your 20 basic bros, and then we have your Command section with some options. We have 2 of the new Sentinels, and then we have 1 of the Leman Russ strike tanks. So again, nice little force to get started with. Hermes Sentinels are light scout walkers used by the Sola Auxilia to strike and retreat, luring foes into ambushes or to support infantry advances with some heavier firepower. The kit can be built as Hermes Light Sentinels or Hermes Valerius Sentinels. Light Sentinels are armed with either a grenade launcher or multi-laser, while the more heavily armored Veletarius Sentinels can have a heavy flamer or Volkite Calver. Both have a choice of heads for the pilot and various posing options for the legs. The Leman Russ is a robust battle tank that combines heavy armor with even heavier weapons, offering a moving fire point that will give your enemies a headache. The kit can build your choice of Leman Russ Strike Tank or Leman Russ Command Tank. Either can be armed with a choice of 4 primary weapons: battle cannon, twin heavy las cannons, or autocannons, or Vanquisher battle cannon with coaxial autocannon. A heavy bolter, las cannon, autocannon, heavy flamer, or multi-laser fits in the hull. And you can also add a hunter killer missile and dozer blade and customize the hatch with a pintle-mounted weapons and crew. The command variant adds an electromagnetic flare shield and a Cognis Signum array for the battlefield communications and coordination. This box also includes 2 Sola Auxilia infantry transfer sheets, each containing 152 transfers, and 2 Sola Auxilia vehicle transfer sheets with 180 transfers. Each of these combat forces will be available to pre-order soon. Keep an eye out for Warhammer community to find out when. Alright, so 3 new box sets, all with a nice little starting force. We'll have to wait and see what the prices are for these box sets, but typically you're going to see like some kind of value or discount over purchasing the kits individually. Probably going to be somewhere around like 25 to 33% discount over the individual kits. So I would imagine they're probably going to be priced somewhere around like the $145 to $170 price point, right in between like the actual Spearhead for Age of Sigmar and the Combat Patrol for $40K. We don't know if there's going to be like specific rules that go along with these to make it simple for like new players to pick up and get playing, or if you're still going to be using like the full rules. But hopefully Games Workshop will release the rules for free for these sets, make this much more like approachable for new players to get into it and like a functional game to get started with. So let me know what you think of the new Combat Force boxes. Are you looking to get into Horus Heresy? Are you already into Horus Heresy? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.